What? The food? What? I mean, this is an area of history that's just like so deep.
And over the baguette.
The themes of empire, mission, inheritance, and destiny. Hello, welcome to What the Food. This is a podcast that aims to uncover the fascinating origin stories behind dishes from all around the world, both popular and obscure. My name's Miles, and as always, I'm here with Bandy Tranter.
Here I am, Bandy Tranter by name, Bandy Tranter by nature.
And what does that mean? I don't know.
No, I don't know.
No idea. And today we're looking at an interesting dish. Well, actually, I don't know if it's interesting because I know nothing about it. I just have memories of eating it when I was a fat little porky boy back at primary school. What were you looking at today?
Well, I knew we'd arrive here one day. We have to. It's just sort of our nature, isn't it? You know, you ever eaten dick before, spotted dick, sorry?
Yes, spotted dick. Yeah. I have. Like I said, back at primary school, it was something that was slopped onto the side of a plastic tray.
I don't remember spotted dick at primary school.
Oh God, spotted dick's like a classic British primary school dessert. Yeah, man.
I don't remember that.
Oh, maybe not then. What the fuck was I eating? Miles, you were eating a cupcake that had shit in it. We put those bits of shit in it. It was a joke.
It was a joke.
You weren't supposed to eat it.
You just grind it every day throughout primary school.
Really? Really?
Nah, legit. I don't remember eating spotted dick at primary. Maybe you were getting your dick at home.
I can't go through this whole episode.
Yeah, it's going to be like this. It's going to be like this. Who doesn't love a dish named after a genitalia?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I was going to say spotted dick is one of those names of a dish that you just find funny, whether you're 7 or 27.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted, just before we start, I actually wanted to see if there was other dishes named after private parts.
Nice.
And it turns out there's a plethora of them.
Okay.
You've got a Finnish bread, which is called Juicy Pussy.
Juicy
Pussy.
I cannot order that with a straight face at all.
You got any freshly baked Juicy Pussy? You want whole grain? Nah. White. White. You've got a German buttermilk yogurt type thing called Dick Milch.
Dick Milch.
And you've got a complex and regal sounding dry sack sherry. Dry sack sherry. Brilliant.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. God. And last but not least, how could we forget the wonderfully warming cock soup mix from Maggie's?
Yes. Yeah. Cock soup mix.
We just love naming scran after our private parts for one reason or another. Just love it.
Well, marketing, I guess. It's funny, isn't it?
I suppose so. It spreads.
You spread the word, I guess.
The Utes. Yeah. But alas, there's no genitalia-inspired dish more famous than the commanding spotted dick. Before we start unravelling why on earth this dish is called what it's called and how it came to be, let's first explore what the dish actually is. You know what it is?
I know it's a spongy pudding that's kind of like dome-shaped, isn't it?
It can be dome-shaped, yeah, or dick-shaped, maybe.
God. Andy, come on. Oh, God, you're such a male podcast right now, isn't it?
Is it, though? Do we sit around and talk about dicks?
No, I guess not. I guess this is for the ladies out there. Yeah. If you want to come over here and spend some time with Andy and I and talk about our dick.
Right, you've made me feel uncomfortable. God knows what you've done for women out there. Anyway, to put it simply, spotted dick is a traditional British steamed pudding. Steamed pudding, yeah. So steamed puddings have a long tradition in British cuisine and basically consist of a combination of ingredients that are steamed inside either like a special pudding basin or kind of some similar vessel suitable for steaming.
Pudding basin, okay. So this is like a steaming tool that you can use to steam your puds.
Yeah, basically, you know them like from the supermarket, you can get like them steamed puddings that come in them plastic.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just like them but metal, really. So it can go in the
right, got you. You can kind of bain-marie these things as well,
exactly.
can't you?
Yeah. You just got to steam it, basically. You don't bake it, you steam it.
You don't want the crust on it that comes from a harsh bake.
No, exactly.
You want it soft from start to finish.
You want a soft bake, Mary, for sure. So steamed puddings themselves are available in both savoury and sweet versions. And these puddings can be further divided into two categories. Suet puddings and sponge pudding. Christmas puddings, for example, belong to the first one, which uses suet as its main ingredients, whereas sponge puddings call for a mixture of eggs, flour, butter, that sort of stuff.
Okay, forgive me if this is a silly question, but what is suet?
Okay, so suet is the raw, hard fat of beef, lamb, or mutton, found specifically around the kidney area and loins area.
And this is in my pud?
That's in your pud. That's in your Christmas pud. And specifically, it's in your spotted dick pud, which is why I don't think we scrammed this food at primary school.
Because they were just forcing us to eat meat.
Yeah, exactly. Like the main ingredients in spotted dick are suet and dried fruit, like raisins or currants. So that's it.
I mean, trust the British to find a way to put intensely flavoured animal fat in a soft, cakey dessert. It would only be us, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's mental. Like its primary use is to actually make tallow, which is like a rendered form of fat that is mainly used in producing soap and animal feed.
Yeah, that's what I said, isn't it? When I go to sometimes buy the little suet balls, to put in my bird feeder in the garden.
But yeah, suet has other uses, like your lovely lumpy Christmas pud all smothered in custard.
Right, so is that kind of giving it, say, a moisture? That's going to give it a lot of this moisture that's...
Yeah, exactly. So when you steam that boy, that will that fat will melt.
And make it rich, flavoursome.
Exactly, yeah.
So there's method in the madness. It's not just throwing horrendous animal fat into it for the sake of being a barbaric Brit.
No, exactly. There's definitely method in it. So in a spotted dick, you've got the main ingredients of suet, dried fruit, and then you've got the usual pud suspects of flour, sugar, milk, and baking powder. Okay,
right. So those the specks, the dark specks, is the dried fruit. What we're talking like sultanas and raisins and things.
Exactly.
Because I think they do a chocolate version, don't they?
Yeah, they will do.
Similar to like a hot cross bun. You can kind of get chocolate ones these days, but they're traditionally sort of dried fruit, aren't they?
Yeah. I'm not a believer of messing with the hot cross bun. I like it plain and simple. I don't like these salted caramel and...
I had to make them, didn't I? Back when I was in the bakery.
Oh, of course you did.
Yeah, I had to make both kinds. And we actually sold more of the salted caramel and chocolate chip ones, which...
Makes me so really sad that.
I know, it's ridiculous. I had to make more of those, but...
You see who was buying them?
Well, that's it. It was the dodgy looking down and outs that were buying them.
Was it?
Yeah, and I was just having all the proper ones to myself.
I actually don't trust people that don't like raisins. My mum doesn't like raisins.
Don't trust her.
Don't trust her.
Oh dear. Okay, so traditionally dried fruit, suet, all your regular cakey ingredients.
Yep, your flour, your sugar, milk, baking powder.
Right, so it's kind of quite a simple recipe, really.
Yeah. I think the only sort of outlier is the suet, really.
Yeah.
But like you said, that kind of gives it the moisture. So now we know what the hell a spotted dick actually is. Let's tackle why on earth it's called what it's called, shall we? Let's get into it. So I think to do that properly, you kind of got to break it down a little bit and tackle each of the words separately. Yeah. We'll start with spotted. Keep it PG for now. So the spotted is a reference to the dried fruit in the pudding.
Yeah.
The currants or raisins that are added in give it like spots, I suppose.
Yeah, they're not uniform, are they? They're kind of randomly spotted about, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. Second one, much more fun. Dick. So maybe a bloke called Richard first made it. Maybe Dick Cheney loved it. Yeah. So they named it after him.
It's a weird one, isn't it, Richard becoming Dick? It doesn't really feel like the obvious shortening of Richard.
No.
It's not like, you usually pull a part of a longer name out, but it's like the nickname for Richard is just a completely different word.
It is.
And then there's the whole other thing of like the fact that Dick, the connotation of Dick meaning penis is actually just a relatively kind of modern notion. I don't think, it's kind of funny to us lot these days, but back then it wasn't so funny. Dick was just kind of like just a name, wasn't it? Just a name for people. And there's Dick.
There's Dick.
Penis. Fucking penis. But yeah, it wasn't always meaning a cock.
No. I mean, it wasn't just a name as well. It had the word itself has a fuzzy history.
Right.
I think in the 19th century alone, it was understood as an abbreviation for dictionary.
Okay.
A policeman, an apron, a riding whip.
There's nothing connecting these things.
No, exactly. And around the 1840s, dick was used to mean a type of hard cheese.
Right, okay. We did Kasumatsu recently, and just the mention of hard cheese alone just gives me shudders. So we'll move on swiftly from that.
Yeah. No. Imagine you're on a date with the missus, right? Lovely Italian restaurant up the road.
Okay,
yeah?
I'm picturing it.
You walk in. There's pictures of like
Sopranos,
Napoli Bay, not Sopranos. Fucking what?
I only say that because there was an Italian restaurant near my uni that I used to go to, and it was called Sopranos, and I had pictures of gangsters on the wall.
Oh, did it?
Anyway, sorry, carry on. Yeah, I've got to close my eyes. All right, lovely, what is it, Sardinian coast?
Right, yeah. No, not Sardinian. We'll stay away from Kasumatsu. It's like a Napoli, the Napoli Bay, right?
Okay, yeah.
The Bay of Naples, okay? There's lovely pictures. Maybe bottles of empty olive oil knocking around, you know.
What, litter? There's a litter everywhere.
Well, it looks like
picturing a lovely,
you,
serene beach.
But
you're just saying there's shit everywhere.
Yeah, well, that's Italy, man. Welcome.
Fair enough. All right, then. Yeah, okay. Olive oil bottles everywhere. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You sat down at the table, the waiter, please sit down. You sit down.
Yeah, you want to Fanta lemon?
Fanta lemon?
Yes, please. Yeah, that'd be lovely.
Maybe limoncello?
No, just Fanta lemon, yeah. Thanks.
Limoncello. Oh, yes, limoncello. Right, you're looking at the menu. You've ordered, I imagine, you probably get like a spag bowl maybe when you go to an Italian.
Rude. Why would I get a spag bowl? I'd get a carbonara.
Right, okay, carbonara, right.
Yeah.
With cream, obviously.
With cream, extra cream. Yeah.
Right, they make it in the kitchen. He's absolutely fuming that he's got to make it with cream.
Mm-hmm.
He makes it, brings it out, puts it in front of you. Sir, would you like any black pepper?
He's French now.
He's a French waiter. This is Leeds, mate. Come on.
Okay. Black pepper. Yeah, I'll have black pepper. Yeah.
Perhaps any grated dick to mix into your pasta?
Oh, what's that? What is that?
What is this question? Dick. You want dick? There's already dick in there. Do you want more dick?
Is it good? Does it go with the dish or nah?
Oh my God.
Would you recommend?
Dick is great.
All right. Yeah. Cool. All right.
Thank you, sir. Enjoy. Bon appetit.
So why have I just got grated dick in my carbonara?
Cheese, isn't it? Oh, cheese.
Oh shit, yeah.
Fucking hell, that joke went straight over your head.
Didn't it? I got so immersed. I just forgot what we were talking about. Okay, right, yeah. All right. So, dick cheese in my pasta.
There you go. A dictionary, a policeman, an apron, riding whip, and hard cheese.
Right. So, yeah, it's been used a lot, the word dick, but not always in the case of a penis.
No, definitely not. And around sort of the 1840s as well as these sort of meanings were used, the first recorded spotted dick recipe was created. Etymology resources suggest that dick could be a corruption of the last syllable of pudding, or it could be a corruption of the word dough, or it's a reference to the German dick, meaning thick or viscous.
Right. Okay. Thick pudding.
So pudding. Yeah. So let's break this down a bit further. So you got pudding. Maybe with the English tongue that could become puddink. Then later you've got puddick, and finally dick. Maybe.
Right. That's how it's kind of evolved from pudding.
Exactly. So you got pudding, puddink, puddick, dick. Yeah. Next you've got dough, which apart from D doesn't sound anything like dick, so I ain't sure about that one.
No.
And a reference to German dick, not after 2 World Wars and 1 World Cup, I think so.
But that means thick, doesn't it?
Thick and viscous, yeah.
Viscous, okay. Which, can kind of relates to the spotted dick. Yeah. Kind of thick pudding, isn't it? What did you say before, though? Did you say 1840?
Around 1840, yeah.
So that's kind of not as far back as I was expecting this to be. You know, it's not crazy history.
No, it's the 19th century, definitely. Yeah, man. However, the dick got into the pudding. By the 19th century, Huddersfield had a glossary of local terms that described dick as the following.
Dick, plain pudding. If with treacle sauce, treacle dick. If with kung pao dick. Hey, kung pao dick.
Kung pao dick. I made those last two up.
But, you know, it shows how you use the term.
Exactly. Treacle, if with treacle sauce, treacle dick.
Okay.
Yeah, so a dick is a plain pudding, basically.
And is it often served with like a sauce?
Spotted dick itself? No, I don't think so. Not from what I can see.
Custard?
You just have it raw.
You have it raw. It's raw dick. No custard? Sometimes custard, maybe? I think I remember having it with custard at some point.
Yeah. We like to put a bit of custard on everything, don't we? Probably not cream.
Sauce anglais? Posh word for custard.
Posh custard. Not sure if I want any cream on my dick.
No cream on the dick.
There you go. Interestingly, though, spotted dick isn't the only name that this pudding is called. It's also referred to as spotted dog or as railway cake.
Railway cake?
Railway cake, yeah. So starting with the spotted dog, that likely got its name from the other Old English word for pudding, which was pudog. Pudog. And the pudding is not commonly referred to as this, but when it is, it's up in Scotland, normally called spotted dog. And as for the railway cake, fuck knows, lad. Did all kinds of digging and couldn't find anything.
Railway cake? Maybe it was something that railway workers maybe tucked into or something.
Yeah, that was my thought. That was my hypothesis. I thought that, railway workers commonly ate this cake.
Right.
Perhaps it was easy to carry around. They could just put it in that little pudding vessel, take it with them.
Yeah, something warm. When you're out there on the tracks in the middle of winter, it's cold, you kind of want a warming spotted dick.
So you're gonna take it out of you're gonna finish steaming it and then put it in your pocket for the whole day. What?
Yeah. Take it in a packed lunchbox, and then when you're working on the train, you just open a little coal cabinet where you put your coal in to power the train, and you just fucking roast your spotted dick for a few minutes. Get it back to being moist and warm, and then tuck into it.
Yeah, get your dick
warmed up on the hot coals.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, if you know why it's called railway cake, let us know.
We clearly have no idea.
Yeah, obviously didn't do enough research. Sorry, guys.
Let you down here. Sorry, really, really sorry.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
What's the email, Miles?
It's whatthefoodpodcast@gmail.com.
That's the one.
So hit us up, let us know.
Right in.
Railway cake.
I think you're right. I think it's like a common dish that railway workers in Britain enjoy.
Well, like railway workers are, working class people, and it seems like a working class dish. It's simple ingredients that we've always had our hands on. So yeah, it doesn't seem too unfeasible, does it, really?
I don't think so. Now, moving on. With all that genitalia out of the way, let's get down to business, shall we? Where did spotted dick come from? So, in 1849, in Alexis Soyer's The Modern Housewife, Alexis, more on him in a moment, we'll chat about him because he's a cool character, he described the pudding as
plum bolster or spotted dick. Roll out 2 pounds of paste, having some smear raisins well washed, and place them on it here and there. Roll over, tie in a cloth, and boil 1 hour, and serve with butter and brown sugar.
Beautiful. Cheers, Alexis. So the paste he's on about is the beef suet, by the way.
Right, that's the beef suet. Okay, so what's he saying? So he's rolled out 2 pounds of paste, having some Samaria raisins, okay? Very specific about his raisin choice. Well washed. Place them on it here and there, roll over, tie in a cloth, and boil 1 hour. Right, so he's tying it in a cloth, cooking it in a cloth.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
They didn't have them pudding basins back then.
No, they didn't have the pudding basin. No, they didn't. No. And you don't now because your mate's got it, so you're going to have to get back to doing it with a cloth, lad.
Old cheesecloth out.
Yeah. Okay, so that's interesting. That's a little bit of an interesting insight into how they used to actually cook it.
Yeah, exactly. So despite this being the first written recipe for the pudding, similar kind of meat-based puddings date all the way back to medieval times.
Meat-based puddings.
And in fact, the Latin root for budin or pudding is butellus, meaning sausage.
Right, okay.
It kind of stems from that.
Yeah.
And according to the Oxford Companion to Food, suet puddings became popular by the 17th century thanks to the invention of the pudding cloth. By the 18th century, these sort of baked goods were giving a sweeter taste by adding fruits and spices.
Right, got you. I mean, I just had a thought again about the ingredients that go into making it. In an argument to say it's a working class dish, is suet, I'm feeling like, is kind of a byproduct of an animal. It's not a prized part, is it? So you're using something that would normally kind of get thrown away, and you kind of making the most out of every bit of the meat. So it seems like they're kind of using that part to help moisten the cake and getting their money's worth.
Definitely. Well, I think like it would only be thrown away in kind of our times.
Yeah.
I think back in like the 17th, 18th century, they just used every bit that they could.
I think we'll go full circle as well with that. Like, I think as we become more environmentally focused, as a society, I think we'll kind of get back in that direction. I think we're already kind of making those steps, but instead of buying meat, just like exactly what bit you want or whatever, to like, I don't know, I was going to say buy a whole animal, but
bring in home a cow.
Honey, we're being environmentally friendly tonight.
They just convert the fucking middle section of Aldi. It's just a farmyard.
It's just a fucking Sunday farm market. Everyone's like in flat caps auctioning for the fucking the prize pig. Going into Aldi.
Just got your bag for life.
Bag for life. You fucking auctioning over the nicest fucking lamb on the market that Sunday. Oh no! I mean, I kind of meant that, but yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. I just think maybe once, maybe not, Miles. I don't want to live in it. I don't really want to go back to that place, Miles. Be like, we've progressed as a nation.
No. I'm not sure what I'd do with a full cow if it was just in my house.
No, I don't have the butchery skills for that. Just be hacking it apart.
Yeah, you'd have to like bleed it as well.
Oh my God.
The fuck you hang it up?
Where's the drain, honey?
Hang it in the shower.
You'd have to. That'd be the only place for it. Surely.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't know. I was trying to make some kind of really cool intellectual point about using every part of an animal. If you're gonna kill an animal, using it.
Yeah.
But no, I ended up just sounding really stupid. Carry on.
Yeah, before we move on, let's just go back to Alexis for a bit, as this guy is a fascinating character.
This is the French dude, isn't it?
So this is Alexis Soyer, the French dude, yeah. So French-born Alexis Benoit Soyer was the most celebrated cook in Victorian England and has an incredible history in his own right. For future sort of spin-off of the show, I really want to do like biographies of famous chefs through history.
Yeah, like the people of food, people that have influenced the way we cook kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll definitely do an episode on this guy, because this guy sounds like he's had a fascinating history.
Yeah.
And there's loads of people out there we can cover, so...
Well, because, they're people that have kind of influenced the way we cook and the food we eat, but have also got just separate, really interesting things personally that went on with their lives that we could go into.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Yeah, because on the podcast already up to this point, we've kind of touched on really interesting people on the way, haven't we? And it's always a shame to kind of leave them behind. As we leave that dish, we kind of leave that person behind, but there's so much more to kind of get into.
Definitely. So Alexis himself started working in kitchens in France when he was just 11 years old.
Oh my God.
And by the time he was 17, he was a chief cook with a team of 12 underneath him.
Wow.
And by the time he was 21, Alexis was second cook to Jules, Prince of Polignac, who was the French Prime Minister under Charles V. Charles X. Insane. It gets mental. So on July the 26th, 1830, while he was assisting in the kitchens of Polignac, armed supporters of Les Trois Glorieus, probably, burst in and shot 2 members of staff.
Fucking hell.
Luckily, Alexis managed to escape and then fled to England, where he joined the London household of Prince Adolphus, Duke of Cambridge, where his brother Philippe was head chef.
Whoa, so he's cooking for like the elite, isn't he, here?
He's cooking for the elite, but like he's cooking for the elite in France, and then suddenly armed supporters of this, I'm guessing it's like a freedom fighter group. I didn't really dig too much into it, but they burst in, shoot 2 members of the staff, and he's like running for his life.
Yeah.
And then he just escapes to England because he's just like, fuck this, I'm not eating cooking coq au vin with shots flying all over my face.
I don't get paid enough for this.
Yeah, exactly. So he turns up in the UK and starts cooking with his brother, did you say?
With his brother Philippe.
Whoa. Yeah. So it's just in the genes, isn't it? There.
In the genes.
They know how to cook.
For sure. So after sort of a while, he spent a few years working in the various kitchens of England's elite families, living the life really. And this dude was loved by all. I mean, one family that he worked for decided to have his portrait painted by Francis Simonot,
right?
Who's like a Belgian painter and a teacher. They loved him.
I mean, was he personally like just a really nice guy, or is this love kind of because of his food? Is his food so good that they just kind of held him? Yeah, both.
I think a bit of both. From what I read about him, obviously we'll cover this in more detail if and when we do an episode dedicated to it.
Yeah.
But from what I read, he was loved for what he could do in the kitchen, and loved because he was a nice dude. Yeah.
So they had pictures of him up on the walls.
Yeah, they had a portrait painted of him.
Mad.
Yeah. I mean, another one even introduced him to the Freemasons, which he proceeded to join, and he was an active member for the rest of his life.
Whoa. Well, I guess he got all that kind of like hidden knowledge. All the whisperings from the kitchen about what's going on. Maybe he's got like a bit of background, but he knows too much. Do you know what I mean?
Right. What do you think the Freemasons are? What?
I don't know. I'm just seeing them as some kind of like cloak and dagger group. They pretty much just have meals and sit around, don't they?
Yeah, innit. And like we went to loads of Freemason dues and it's like Secret Santa and shit.
Yeah, it's proper normal. Unless when we went out of the room, that's when they did all the cult stuff, you know?
Or maybe just whipped out the cloaks and just started chanting.
Yeah, because we used to go like, you know, we're playing hide and seek and we'd go run off and all the kids would kind of go and play and that's when they were doing the sacrifices and stuff, man.
I mean, to be fair, there was certain rooms, certain halls that we weren't allowed in.
Yeah, what's in there?
Yeah, exactly. What they're doing in there, making spotted dick
with this guy. Okay, so yeah, you just really loved guy, fucking making amazing food.
Yeah,
living the dream.
Living the dream. And his wife, who was called Emma Jones, or I think she's known as Emma Jones. I wasn't sure if that was her full name. She achieved considerable popularity as a painter as well. And I think she was one of the youngest persons to exhibit at the Royal Academy.
Wow, bloody hell.
Yeah, I think in 1823 she managed to get a piece exhibited there when she was just 10 years old.
Bloody hell. It sounds like they were made for each other then. I mean, he was absolutely slaying it in the kitchens at 11 and she's getting art, you know, published or what have you at 10. So it's like they're both kind of so motivated, aren't they? It seems like they're kind of perfect for one another.
Yeah. She did, however, have some quite strange ideas about social class and etiquette, though.
Your pictures are lovely, babe, but you are really racist. You're really horrible, actually.
I mean, this is just a couple of their ideas.
In walking, keep your feet extended out nearly at a right angle with your body and seldom let more than the points of toes touch the ground. Keep your shoulders at the same time well extended back and, in a word, during the whole of your gait, suppose yourself to be anything but what you are.
Actually think about what she's asking you to do there. She's asking you to walk with your feet at a right angle from your body.
I tried to do it. It's well up.
Keep your shoulders at the same time extended back and during the whole of your gait suppose yourself to be anything but what you are. What the fuck? What does that even mean, that last bit?
I don't know. I think it's like you need to pretend to be
better than what you are.
Better than what you are, exactly.
And kind of hold yourself in a way that says that as well.
Exactly, yeah. Your body language says that.
But with your feet at a right angle to your body,
it's mad, isn't it?
That's not...
Like walking around like you've got an absolute package in your pants. And you just fucking follow through to something disastrous.
Yeah, that's... I don't know, Emma. Don't know about that one.
No. I mean, she has this clanger as well, this other one.
To speak naturally, to act naturally, are vulgar and commonplace.
Right, okay, Emma. So to speak normally and to act naturally is vulgar and commonplace.
Yep, so don't do it.
Don't do it.
No, stay highbrow.
Stay highbrow, yeah. She just wants everyone to be like really posh and well-spoken, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
Okay.
Well, she died in 1842 following complications suffered in a premature childbirth brought on by a thunderstorm.
Brought on by a thunderstorm?
Yeah, mate. Mad that, innit? A thunderstorm so hard that it caused a baby to be born prematurely and killed both the baby and the mother.
Is that an actual thing? That's not actually legit, is it?
Yeah, that's how she died.
So lightning can actually make women give birth earlier than they're supposed to?
She just was scared by the loudness, the volume of the thunder.
Oh, I was thinking like some kind of like a magnetic electricity situation happening.
No, lad. No.
You know, changing the chemical balance, you know, in the brain that gives the signals to the wound to start, you know, fucking
some
widening.
magnetic thing. It's not Magneto bringing the fucking thunderstorm on.
It's not Magneto delivering the baby, lad.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So she was scared and nerves, and it kind of just brought on the contractions and things.
Yeah, she literally shit herself so hard that she gave birth and died. Yeah. But
I bet you in that moment she wasn't speaking naturally and acting naturally.
No.
I bet she wasn't walking with right angle legs.
Well, she might have been, to be fair.
Actually, yeah. She was probably like right angle. Fucking, yeah, she was definitely right angle.
Okay. Pretty sad though. Really sad for Alexis, obviously. Pretty horrendous if that happens to you. Real talk. Yeah. But anyway, despite Alexis's illustrious career, he is more commonly known for his great inventions. So in 1837, Alexis became chef de cuisine at the Reform Club in London.
Right.
And in there, he designed kitchens with a bloke called Charles Barry. The club when he joined was kind of newly built, and his salary was around £1,000 a year, which is pretty decent for the time.
Yeah.
And he instituted many many innovations, including cooking with gas, refrigerators cooled by cold water, and ovens with adjustable temperatures.
Whoa, so he's kind of pioneered these ideas.
Yeah. Pioneered like the modern kitchen, basically.
In it, yeah. All those things we use today, don't think twice about it.
Massively.
Wow.
And during the Great Irish Famine in April 1847, he invented the idea of a soup kitchen.
Whoa.
And was actually asked by the government to go to Ireland to implement his idea.
So it's like, again, it goes back to him being a really nice guy, like it's charitable, using his skills to help people in need. Soup kitchens are something that's still used massively today, isn't it? To help homeless and people struggling. Fucking hell.
Definitely. I mean, at the peak of kind of his activity, his soup kitchen was serving 5,000 people a day.
Oh my God. And I bet it was the best bloody soup they've ever had as well.
Better than now, I suppose, yeah.
Well, yeah. But if he's cooking it, then good stuff.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. During the Crimean War, Soyer joined the British troops at his own expense to advise the army on cooking.
Whoa, he's helping out the armed forces now.
Yeah. I mean, later he was paid his expenses and wages equivalent to those of a brigadier general. But, there was a time where he was doing it out of his own pocket.
Yeah.
And he basically reorganized the provisioning of army hospitals. He also designed his own field stove called the Soyer stove, and trained and installed in every regiment the regimental cook, so that soldiers would get an adequate meal and not suffer from malnutrition, demotivation, or basically die of food poisoning.
Yeah, so he's basically explaining to them, like, look, you need to have someone trained that's good enough to cook stuff that's going to give the soldiers the energy and the morale that they need to fight and be healthy.
Yeah, exactly. And the Soyer stove remained in use with the British Army until 1982.
Whoa, my God.
So over 100 years.
You've made a good product if it lasts that long. It's used all the way through. Yeah, that's mad. And I bet whatever they're using today is, it is just a slight modernization of that original idea. It's not going to be a completely different tool, is it?
No, definitely not. Yeah, man. I mean, during his life, he was a prolific inventor and obviously an author. He wrote 8 books and invented countless things, and his works basically reached all levels of society. Top bloke. I just like to finish up on Alexis by getting you to read out a standard menu of his from his Modern Housewife book. And this gran he ate when he was growing sort of his business, and he had very little to his name. So this is kind of on the come up menu, basically.
When I was first married and commencing business and our means were limited, the following was our system of living. Sunday's dinner, roast beef, potatoes, greens and Yorkshire pudding. Monday, hashed beef and potatoes. Tuesday, broiled beef and bones, vegetables and spotted dick pudding. Wednesday, fish if cheap, chops and vegetables. Thursday, boiled pork, peas pudding and greens. Friday, peas poop.
Peas poop.
Jesus Christ. Peas soup. Peas poop. Peas soup. Peas soup. Remains of pork. Saturday, stewed steak with suet dumplings. Oh, that was it.
Pretty standard. Stuff that's kind of eaten all over the country to this day, I would say.
Yeah, and I'd like to say as well, he's reusing a lot of things, isn't he? He's being quite conscientious about what he's using. He has a roast beef, and then he'll have hashed beef, so he's cooking the beef, the same beef, I presume, but just in a different way.
Yeah.
And then broiled beef, so he's cooking it again with the bones, so that's going to have a different texture and taste. And then by then the beef's probably used up, so on Wednesday he's swapping over to fish. And then Thursday, boiled pork, and he's having peas pudding, and then he's repurposing the peas on Friday for a peas poop, and then on Saturday, stewed steak with suet dumplings. Lovely.
Yeah. The way you said fish then sounded exactly like, I'll have a fish.
Oh, yeah.
Rice and a fish cake.
Yeah.
A rice cake and a fish.
And then later I'll have fish, and then another rice cake, then a rice cake and a fish. Dear.
But yeah, I mean, it's interesting that spotted dick is listed on there though. It's like, it was a dessert that he ate during the harder times.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know about you, it's kind of weird to me. I always thought that spotted dick was like an upper class pud rather than a pud that you'd eat when you shopped at like farm foods,
Yeah.
I thought it was like
it does give that kind of vibe, definitely. But again, he's having it on Tuesday in this week, and he's had the hashed beef before, and he's had the beef before that as well. So he's probably using the beef suet, isn't he? He's again finding that other use for that product.
Use for it, yeah.
Mad guy. But
Fascinating
stuff, Andy.
Fascinating. So yeah, moving on to the spotted dog namesake. So obviously we've covered off spotted dick and kind of the first reference to that and how it came to be. Next, I wanted to look to see if there was anything on spotted dog and kind of see where that first reference came from, see if there was any kind of interesting stories behind the spotted dog side of things. So we first see the pud called this in C.M. Smith's Working Men's Way in the World, which is the most Brexit sounding book I think I've ever heard of.
Isn't it? So what's it called again?
Working Men's Way in the World.
Yeah.
But yeah, C.M. Smith, Charles Manby Smith, was born in 1804 and in Devon, and basically he apprenticed and eventually worked as a printmaker whilst anonymously, interestingly, publishing articles in sort of regular periodicals that focused on the lives of London's poor.
Right, okay.
Interesting dude. So before long, Manby Smith, annoying name, abandoned his trade to write. Basically, he stopped being a printmaker and focused all of his efforts on becoming a writer. And he published his unique observations on London and its oddities as sort of successful collections, as well as an autobiographical work.
Real struggle to that one, lad, didn't you?
Fucking hell, yeah, really struggling. He published his unique observations on London and its oddities as successful collections, as well as an autobiographical work that focused on his struggles as a young and poor apprentice. So this guy's writing like new age.
Yeah.
This guy's like writing new age journalistic articles.
Yeah, like kitchen sink journalism, like talking about, from the perspective of the working class and what it's actually like to live in these places and the day-to-day.
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground. Yeah, exactly.
So in Charles Manby's Brexit book, he has this to say about the famous pud.
At 9:30 or 10, the men begin to think about support, and the old staggers. Stages.
I think support is supper.
Is it?
For whatever reason. Yeah.
Think about supper. Okay, I'm going to go again.
Yeah, it's supper because it's again. Yeah, so it's supper.
Supper. All right.
I don't know why they call it support.
At 9:30 or 10, the men begin to think about supper, and the old stagers, knowing the effects of night work upon the system, are careful to victual their garrisons for the siege they have to undergo. For supper come smoking sheep's heads in halves, pork and mutton pies, slap bang or boiled beef, and spotted dog, a very marly species of plum pudding from the cook shop, together with loaves of bread, pats of butter, and lumps of cheese, and the indispensable pots of foaming beer.
Good description, isn't it? Very good description.
Yeah, lumps of cheese and the indispensable pots of foaming beer.
Apart from the halves of sheep heads.
Yeah. Just rewind that back a bit, because that bit sounds great, but then sheep's heads halves.
That doesn't sound great, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No.
Take it away. But never tried it, so can't slam it too bad.
Can't slam it. Do you know what they're chatting about it? I mean, it sounds like a kind of a battle, doesn't it? Like garrisons for siege.
They're coming off shift, right? And kind of sounds like they're having pudding for supper. I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, he's writing about a life as a printer, in like the high stress environment of a printing office. They're kind of working through the night to get all the publications printed before the morning, on the newspapers and whatever else.
Already. Yeah, so he's kind of drawing comparisons to the military. He's saying, exactly. Like you said, he's comparing it to a garrison for the siege they have to undergo.
Yeah, for the night shift is the siege.
Yeah, and he's kind of saying how much they kind of then look forward to the food, the supper element of it. And then in there, we've got our spotted dog, haven't we?
We've got a spotted dog.
Right, Charles Manby Smith.
High stress environment of a printing office.
I mean, I feel like my job is sometimes highly stressful, and I feel like often I'm in a garrison awaiting the siege. So maybe I should be having some spotted dog.
Yeah, or a half a head of a sheep.
Yeah.
Might calm you down.
Might calm me right down. So yeah.
Or not.
We'll see about that one.
Yeah, we'll see about that one. Anyway. Speaking of offices, so in 2008, something unscrupulous happened. Unscrupulous?
Don't know. Scrupulous?
Get some of that whiskey down you, mate.
Can you hear it?
Yeah. So in 2008, something unscrupulous happened at the Houses of Parliament. Something that would change the face of Britain, and perhaps even the world, forever. Staff at the restaurant housed within the Houses of Parliament made the executive decision to rename the UK's favourite pud from Spotted Dick to Spotted Richard.
Oh, what? Why?
Reason being, the waiters thought it would be less likely to cause a stir.
What, are you talking about like political correctness?
Yeah. They just thought it would be it would cause a stir. It would cause an outrage that later down the line, or at some point someone would get offended because the dick's called Spotted Dick. Pud's called Spotted Dick.
Right. Okay. Well, that's
you can't have fun anymore, can you? World's gone bad.
You can't have fun. I mean, sometimes when you see a dish and it's called Spotted Dick, it just gives you a little moment of joy, amongst what could be a very stressful day. You're taking that out, you're taking that away from people. So what? So the cooks inside the pot. What year is this? When are we talking?
2008.
2008. Right. Okay. So the cooks inside the Houses of Parliament changed the name of Spotted Dick to Spotted Richard.
It just says staff. It doesn't say specifically the article, the BBC article that I was reading. It just said staff. So it could be front of house. Maybe one of the waiters didn't like having to say, "Oh, would you like spotted? We have a special on today. It is Spotted Dick." Maybe they didn't like saying that.
So it was Spotted Richard. They changed it to.
Yeah, Spotted Richard.
Oh god, it doesn't have the same ring to it, does it?
Nah, horrendous.
I mean, Dick's not that bad, is it? Really? No. It's not as bad as like CUNT.
Yeah, or Juicy Pussy.
Oh dear. Anyway.
Yeah. The response from some of the MPs was excellent though. You had Tory MP Andrea Jenkins saying this after she was offered a Spotted Richard.
I had to ask twice just to be sure. They have a traditional dessert section which changes daily, so I asked what the dessert was, and that's when they said it. I still have no idea why. I had to bite on my lip to stop myself from laughing. Right.
Calm down, Andrea. The another one though is this one is top. Fellow Conservative MP Michael Fabricant tweeted out the perfect line.
Call a dick, I say.
Top stuff, Mikey.
Yeah, no, I agree with him. Call a dick a dick.
Call a dick a dick. I mean, it's good to see our taxpayer money though. Like, they have a traditional dessert section in the Houses of Parliament which changes daily.
Yeah. That's that takes some level of organisation.
Full team
to every single day think up a new traditional dessert, unless it's just like the same seven of the days of the week. It's Monday, Spotted Dick again. Spotted Richard, sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Sounds like they've got too much time on their hands there, doesn't it, really? Yeah,
definitely. All these parties.
All these fucking parties.
There you have it. The origins of one of the UK's most famous puds.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, it's mainly famous because it's got dick in the name.
Yeah.
Not because it actually slaps as a dish. It's like, it's nice, but it's not.
It's a novelty.
No. Yeah, it's a novelty, isn't it?
Well, I don't know, because like I said, I have faint memories of maybe having it in primary school, but I don't think I've ever had it since. And obviously, after talking about it now, I'm kind of interested to find out what it tastes like. Because, we're saying it doesn't slap, but maybe it does.
Maybe it does. How was it presented in primary school? Was it an actual, pudding shape, or was it like a slice of it? Or
I think we got a slice. I think we got a bit of custard on it.
See, the only pudding I remember in primary school was that white cake with the sprinkles on top.
Yeah, there was that. Because they always used to do like a cold pudding and then a hot pudding, I think. And sometimes, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe, I don't know. I
went to a public school, lad. We didn't go to Eton.
Yeah, I know, but we've established it's a fucking public school dish.
Yeah, true.
I don't know, yeah, that's the only time that, when we decided to do this episode, I just thought, I've had it, and I thought maybe primary school rings a bell. But I know Heinz do it in a tin.
Do they?
You can get tinned Spotted Dick by Heinz.
We should
Heinz do.
we should eat that.
We should definitely eat that.
We should definitely eat that.
I'll grab 2 tins next time I come over.
Yeah.
Tuck into Spotted Dick.
We'll let you know what it's like.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you go. Spotted Dick.
Yeah. I mean, whether it slaps or not, it's a British dish made by a celebrity French chef that was forced from his homeland due to fear of being shot.
Yeah.
It's a dish popular amongst all social classes, no matter how rich or poor you may be. There's a Spotted Dick waiting for you after you finish your half a sheep's head. Get stuck in, eh?
Get stuck in, eh?
Get stuck in.
Well, there you go. Spotted Dick.
Call a dick, I say.
Call a dick, I say.
That's going to be my catchphrase from now on.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Well, we've all learnt something that we can use in a pub quiz there. Faux show.
Definitely.
Thank you very much for listening. And we will see you on the next one.
Yeah, stay tuned. Plenty more episodes coming out. Keep tabs on Facebook, Instagram. Not Facebook. We don't use Facebook.
We don't. We started, but then I just think we're going to concentrate on the Instagram.
Yeah, I think we might start doing the podcast in the metaverse.
Yes, VR.
Become billionaire metaverse users.
Yeah. We're working on the ins and outs of that at the moment.
Yeah, we've got connections with Snoop Dogg. I know he's mad into the metaverse, so he is going to be appearing on that episode featuring Mark Zuckerberg as well. So stay tuned for that one. It's going to be a big hour-long episode on Mark's favourite food, which is something from his home planet.
Yeah.
Glue glop.
Glue glop. Right. Thank you for listening, guys. And we'll see you in 2 weeks' time for the next episode.
See you in the next one.
Cheers, guys. Bye.
Bye.